Hello friends! Today we're going to do a multiplication lesson. So if you have been doing some multiplication in your classroom, maybe you have been using bead bars to do it. So I took a picture of the bead stair, you remember the bead stair, and then I took another picture, so I had two, and I cut these apart. And I made bead bars for each one of the numbers. So I have a blue 5 bead bar and a 4 that's yellow, a 6 that's purple, a number 2 that's green, and a number 3 that's pink. So if you wanted to do that, you can. You don't have to. You can just put your numbers out. But I like to put the bead bars out so we can kind of remember what the bead bars look like. And then we're going to use these interesting items I found around my house to pretend or make them look like they're the bead bars. I'm going to use them as if they are bead bars. So you could use anything in your house. You could use macaroni or game pieces like this, or you could use gems or buttons, or I used bobby pins. Anything that you can find around your house you can use as if they were the bead bars. So we're going to talk first about multiplying by 1. If you've been doing multiplication, we've talked about how 1 times anything is that number. So for example, if we had 6 one time, then that's real easy. It would just be 6. Let's try it. Okay, so I'm going to do the 6s. I'm going to my bead bar, that's number 6, and I'm going to take out 6. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 one time is very easy. It's 6. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's real easy. 6 times 1 is 6. Anything times 1 is that number. And we've talked about that, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on the multiplications facts that are 1 because we already know that. So if I asked you what 4 times 1 is, you would know that that's, did you say 4? 4 is right. If I said 9 one time, the answer is 9. You got it. So we won't spend a lot of time on the 1 table because we already know that one. All right, so let's get started by doing 4 5 times. And the first thing I'm going to do is write my equation. I'm going to write my name on my paper, and you can do that also. And then I'm going to write 4 times 5 equals. I'm going to put a line underneath it so I have room for more equations. 4 times 5 equals, and that's my first equation, 4 5 times. And I'm going to go to the number 4 bead bar, which is yellow. I wish that these were yellow bead bars, but I don't have those at my house, and I know you don't either. So we're just going to use these, and we're going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like a yellow bead bar, only this one is gems. So we did it 1 time, and now we need to make sure that we do it 5 times. So that's 1. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's 2 sets of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count how many I've got so far. I have 4. Let's see how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I need it 5 times, so I have to take it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let me check my work and make sure that I actually have 4 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. So now to find my answer, I have to count every one of these gems to see how many it makes when you do 4 5 times. So let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 is my answer, and I'm going to write the 2 for the tens and the 0 for the ones. So my answer is 20. And now remember, when you're counting, that you have to touch each one of the pieces and count really slow. That way you'll get the right answer. Sometimes people count way too fast and they have a hard time remembering what they're supposed to be doing. So count a little bit slow and make sure that you're touching every piece when you're counting. And you can use your finger to count. You can use your pencil. We used to use wooden sticks in our classroom, but you can use whatever works for you. All right, so we did the first equation is 4 5 times. And like I said, we don't have bead bars at our house, so we're using these to represent our bead bars. Okay, the next equation is 3 6 times. So I'm going to write my equation. 3 6 times. Okay, so I'm going to go to my number 3 bead bar, which is right here, and I'm going to take out 3 6 times. So let me get my first one. 2 3. Okay, this is my pretend pink bead bar, and I've got it 1 time, and I need to do it 6 times. So that's 1 time. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Let me count how many I've got so far. 1 2 3 4 5. So I need one more set of 3. There I go. All right, let me check my work and make sure that I actually do have 3 6 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I do, so I am ready. I'm ready to count to figure out what my answer is. And I like to use my pencil to count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. So 18 is my answer. I'll write 1 for the 10 and 8 in the ones to make 18. All right, so we did that one. Now we're getting ready to do the next equation. Okay, we have to put our work back, and you remember we put back 1 at a time. I know that takes a little bit of time to do, but it helps us to stay centered and focused on what we're working on. So we just put 1 at a time back. It takes a little bit of effort and focus, but it's a good way to do it. Okay, so we did our next equation. We did 3 times 6. Okay, our next one is 2 8 times. So we have to go to the 2 bead bar, which is right here, number 2 with the 2 green beads, and we're going to use these game pieces, and I'm going to count 2 8 times. So here's 2 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 If you can't remember how many you've done, then you just stop and count how many. So right now, I'm going to count and see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 2 more to go. Okay. Let me count and make sure that I actually did do 2 8 times. Let's check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's looking pretty good. All right, so now we're going to count and see what our answer is. Oh, we have to write our equation. Almost forgot. 2 times 8 equals. So that's what yours should look like. All right, and now we're going to do some counting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And when I write 16, I write 1 for the 10, and then I write the 6 for the units. And that's our next equation. So I'm going to start putting them away. Remember that you can pause the video if I'm going a little too fast for you, or if you need time to write down your equation. You can always pause the video and then start it up again to be able to watch. Mommy or Daddy can help you do that. All right. The next 2 are, I have 6 5 times, and I have 5 2 times. I'm going to do the 5 2 times, and then I'm going to leave this one for you guys to do by yourself. All right, so let me write down my equation. This one says 5 times 2 equals. So I'm going to go to the 5 bead bar, and I'm going to get 2 of them. Remember when we used to be able to just get our bead bars out? It would be real easy, but we don't have the bead bars at our house, so we'll have to do it by counting. And these are so tiny that I like to just pour them right here, and then I can do the counting a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to make my 5 bead bar. Here I go. These are a little tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first bead bar. That is 5. It's not blue like ours used to be, but that's okay. We can remember what it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to put these back because we don't need them. Okay, and now we're going to check and make sure. Did we do 5 2 times? 1, 2, we sure did. I already wrote my equation, so now I'm going to do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 2 times equals 10. So I wrote the number 10. And then I need to make sure I put my beads back, or my pretend beads back. Okay, and that's that equation. And now the last one is 6 5 times. So I'm going to write that equation. 6 times 5 equals. And when you're doing this one, you're going to take whatever you have for the number 6 bead. I have these little barrel things, but you can use anything you want. And you're going to put 6 and 6 again and 6 again until you get 5 of them. Then you're going to count them and see what your answer is and write it down. You can make up your own equations. Right now you have one that you can do on your own, and you're welcome to do any equations that you like. Put out your bead bars. I never did do these bead bars because I felt like I would really need a lot of gems to do those, but you're welcome to do all of them if you wanted to. I just did 2, 3, 6, 4, and 5, but you can do 7, 8, and 9, and you could do 10 if you wanted to, but you have to find a lot of things around your house to do that. All right, that's multiplication for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon.